We got some Week 8 OFL football as a pair of 2 and 4 ONFC teams trying to get back in the playoff hunt. The Arizona Cardinals set to take on the Washington Redskins. As here's Cam Newton on first down, starting this game off with a nice play of 25 yards to the second-year man out of Iowa State, Hakeem Butler. 7 catches for 93 on the day for Mr. Butler. From the 50 now, 2nd and 10 is Newton showing off the moves in the pocket. He connects with A.J. Green, the former Cardinal. Now at the 29, Newton would be sacked as going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka. And then the Redskins would proceed to kick a field goal, making it 3-0. Arizona would answer right back with a solid drive of their own, and their field goal is good, tying this game up at 3 apiece. Washington would get the ball back, 2nd and 5 for the Skins, as Cam Newton would be intercepted by Jalen Watkins. You can't spell intercepted without the D. As the Cardinals with a big turnover right there. But to start the second quarter off, now at the 5, the Redskins would say, well, you can do, I can do better. Ha ha! As it's Clinton Dix with the INT, and the Skins get an interception of their own. As whatever the Redskins do, the Cardinals are doing. They're basically just copying each other at this point. Washington has it back as Cam Newton, the former NFL MVP. He'd be sacked by Nick Bosa, but we got a flag on the play. It looked like a face mask on Bosa, but we're actually calling it a holding penalty on Travis Frederick. So, too bad for Redskins, but it wouldn't matter as on 3rd and 7, Dylan Cantrell would convert. Now at the 4-yard line, Washington trying to take the lead here with 1:11 Illuminati confirmed left in the half. As on 3rd and 4, Newton dancing in the pocket. He would connect with Hakeem Butler for 6. And the Washington Redskins will be the first ones to score a touchdown today. They will make it 10-3. About a minute left to go here for Arizona as Quincy Enunwa has it. And Enunwa, more wide open than a Burger King drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning, taking it all the way to the house before being tripped up in the end zone. That was quick, and we are tied up at 10, as the Cardinals are just copying Washington at this point. I bet they're both copying each other for whoever is having the more disappointing season. As on 3rd and 13, Cam Newton looking deep for DK Metcalf, who makes an incredible catch, fumbles it, and recovers it. They would review the fumble. This is the most meaningless review of all time because he recovered it anyway. I don't even remember if the play stood or not, but it does not matter if he fumbles it. And then the Redskins would proceed to take the lead with a field goal ending the first half, and Arizona will not have enough time to copy that. So now it's 10-13. Now entering the second half is Quincy Enunwa starting half number 2 off with a nice play. Very solid day from Enunwa. And sure enough, the Cardinals would try to find a loophole to copy them, as we are now tied up at 13. Redskins drove down the field, 1st and goal from the 7. Cam Newton, quick pass for Hakeem Butler for 6. And the Redskins gain the lead right back just like that, as Butler doing the higgy-jiggy, as it's now 13-20. Can Arizona copy that? As on 3rd down, Paco Rice, the rookie out of UNLV, with a gain of 25 yards. 1st and goal now from the 5. It looks like Arizona's gonna do it. However, Drew Lock will get it to his running back, who's just running backwards at this point. He loses 3 yards. And now it's 4th and goal at the 5. The Cardinals are going to go for it. Gutsy call by new head coach Aaron Kraft, the former Buckeye basketball player. As Paco Rice makes the catch, and he is just a yard short. Last week, of course, the Jaguars were just a yard short. Arizona got the ball back quickly as on 4th and 5. Quincy Enunwa converts. Big play for the Cardinals, and then 1st down. Locke with a strike to Tajay Sharp, who brings it to the 1-yard line. Cardinals going as quick as they can. 1st and goal. Drew Lock in the back of the end zone finds Paco Rice for 6. As the booth would review it, and it's awfully close. However, it does look like he got both feet in, and the booth would agree as the play did end up standing. And this game is tied at 20, which means we need overtime for the 2nd straight week. It'll be the Arizona Cardinals receiving the football first. Let's see if they can take advantage here and steal a road victory over the Redskins and win their third straight game since their Week 4 bye week. Third down for Arizona. 4 minutes left to go in the OT period as Locke launching a bomb downfield. Paco Rice almost gets it past the 20, but he drops it, and Washington has new life. Field goal for them can win this football game. 3 minutes left to go. Can they do it? As Cam to Jake Pride Jr., bringing it past the field goal range area to the 27-yard line. Redskins trying to get a little bit closer, not go for the field goal yet, as Newton to Hakeem Butler, bringing it inside the 10. The Redskins marching closer and closer, inches away to the end zone. Now 4th and goal from the 3. They're going to attempt a field goal for the win. It is good. Aaron Kraft upset as the Washington Redskins win it 23-20. Very exciting ending. Maybe not as anticlimactic as last week's ending. That might have been the most craziest ending to a football game I've ever seen. But still, this ending was very exciting. Close game the whole time. Huge win for Washington, as their division has been a total mess this season, just like last year. Cowboys barely won it. This year, I'd say the Eagles and the Giants are the favorites, but Washington is close behind. As the Houston Texans win their second straight season, through the first month of the year, it looked like they'd be the laughingstock of the OFL this year, and while they don't look like playoff contenders, still a nice win against a very solid team in the Tennessee Titans, who are now 5-3. The Buffalo Bills lose their second straight, losing to the OFL worst 2-win Jets. A bunch of teams have 2 wins, but they are one of them. As the Bills really look like they're coming back down to earth after a very hot start. Starting off 5-1, it looks like they're sort of fizzling out now. Should still make the playoffs, but it won't be as easy. The Dallas Cowboys win their second straight game to improve to 3-5. The Ravens, I believe, go down to 3-4. Not a great game from Ryan Tannehill, who has had an exceptional season up to this point, as Dallas started off 1-5, and they are trying to get back into the playoff hunt. And they're not too far behind in their division, so they could easily win it for a second straight season. Coach Alpo and the Vikings absolutely dominate Coach Ditka and the Chicago Bears, 34-10. Dominant victory for the Minnesota Vikings, who have not had a great season this year, but still a nice win nonetheless over one of their big divisional rivals in the Chicago Bears, who only have 2 wins and have not been very good this year. The Detroit Lions beat the Indianapolis Colts 20-13. Both teams, I believe, are now 5-3 if I'm not mistaken. Colts got a lucky win last week, don't quite get it this week, and meanwhile for Detroit, they definitely look like they could contend for the playoffs, as the NFC North is a 2-team race right now between them and the Green Bay Packers. And meanwhile, the Colts are in a tight division battle with the Titans and the Jaguars. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, nice win over the Cleveland Browns. Big day from David Johnson, as the Eagles started off 3-0, then lost their next 4. They're back on the win column. It's been a shaky season at times for the Browns. Good game from Brad Kaya, though, as despite his efforts, his team loses. Seattle Seahawks beat the Miami Dolphins 27-21. The Dolphins did and still do have the best record in the OFL, now 6-2. Will they come to earth after their hot start? Well, through 8 weeks, they still do have the best record. No one else. Actually, I think there's maybe one more team who is 6-2 other than them, so they are definitely looking good. They have a clear lead for the number 1 seed in the OAFC, and that other team who's 6-2 is the red-hot Atlanta Falcons, who have been dominant as of late, with a nice victory over the Chargers, as Los Angeles put up 17 in the fourth quarter. Very valiant effort, but it was not enough, as the Atlanta Falcons look like they have a decent chance to win their 3rd straight division title. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Denver Broncos as the Bucs get back on the win column. They have not won a game since Week 3 after their hot 3-0 start, which definitely looks like a fluke right now. And all 4 teams of this division really have a shot to make the playoffs. Looking good for the Falcons and the Saints, but Carolina and Tampa Bay both do have a shot to make it, as it's not super likely, but there's certainly a possibility. Nice win for the New Orleans Saints over the Green Bay Packers. as the Packers were the best team in the conference headed into this week. They are now 5-2-1 as they're unable to get revenge from last year's playoff loss to New Orleans. Saints, who of course started off 0-2, have now won 5 straight, and it looks like they're starting to get back into that groove that they were in last year. As Bengals taking on the Jaguars. I couldn't tell who won. I think Jacksonville won, but it could have been Cincinnati. But nonetheless, it's not been a great year for the Bengals. Very unlikely that they make the playoffs. And meanwhile, the Jaguars, who lost in the AFC Championship last year, definitely have a nice shot to make it again, as that division could have 3 teams in the playoffs. The New York Giants beat the San Francisco 49ers, led by new head coach Greg Terry, as the Giants have been performing very well lately. Meanwhile, San Francisco loses their 3rd straight, and they go down to 3-4. First time they've been under 500 this year under head coach Morphus Washington. And then looking at the standings, Dolphins a game and a half ahead of Jacksonville. Buffalo is 5-3, a bunch of 4-3 teams. So this conference could have a lot of turmoil the next few weeks. And then the NFC, Falcons, Saints, and Rams atop just like last year. Unlike the AFC, we'll see a lot of the same teams from this conference in the playoffs this upcoming season. And then here's a look at the schedule for Week 9. Got some very interesting games. Jags-Titans looks fun. Giants-Steelers could be interesting. The Eagles and the Rams seems like an interesting one. Skins and Niners. Chiefs and Saints could have been the OFL Bowl last year. That should be a fun one as well. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, have a good one.